What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, I want to talk about, should the New England Patriots bring back Cam Newton? This is a theory that I have seen Patriots fans floating around all over social media since pretty much the second Mac Jones went down with that injury in the final play against the Ravens, and it's a genuine question. It's a reasonable question to bring up on, hey, should the Patriots bring Cam back until Mac is ready to play again? Now, I already covered the whole Mac Jones situation in another video. If you guys want to check that out, it will be pinned in the comment section below. But the Patriots are going to be losing their starting quarterback and second-year quarterback, Mac Jones, with a severe high ankle sprain somewhere from about 6 weeks to 8 weeks. If it was the Patriots' choice, they would like 4. But it sounds like Mac Jones is more so leading to that 6 to 8 week period. And unfortunately, the season does not stop for injured players. The season's going to continue to go on. Teams are still going to be competitive. And if the Patriots want any shot at making the postseason, they still have to perform at a high level throughout those 6 to 8 weeks. And although Mac Jones has not exactly played his best football through 3 weeks of the 2022 NFL season, losing your starting quarterback is crucial, and he's obviously your starting quarterback for a reason. Unfortunately, though, Patriots fans, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I don't see a world in which the Patriots decide to bring back Cam Newton. Now, maybe, just maybe, if Mac was out for the entire season, then they would bring back Cam Newton, or at least consider it. But I think because Mac is only going to be out for a few weeks, there's just absolutely no way the Patriots are going to bring him back. You know, the Patriots aren't looking for a new answer. They're not looking to make any outside of the house moves. They're just looking to survive until Mac Jones comes back. That's literally it. And that's exactly why this team has a backup quarterback. That's why any team has a backup quarterback. Again, if Mac Jones was out for the rest of the season, this is a different story. But if he's going to be out somewhere for just 6 to 8 weeks, then you really only need your backup quarterbacks to play. So what does that mean? Of course, that means that Brian Hoyer and Bailey Zappi from here on out until Mac Jones returns are going to be your starting quarterbacks. If you look at the playing style of Mac Jones to Brian Hoyer, there really isn't too much of a dump off. And I think that's going to be what's going to put this offense in the most successful position to, one, continue the same playing style that they've been playing, not just so far this season, but also the entirety of 2021. But two, be able to continue to evolve this offense so that when Mac Jones comes back, hopefully we're at a better position than we were when he got injured. Mac and Cam are just two different types of quarterbacks, okay? It's a different scheme. It's a different setup. You have to start using your quarterbacks to their strengths. The strengths of Mac Jones would be his mind and his ball placement, as were with Cam Newton. He has a strong arm, but his ball placement, not very good. His decision-making, not great. You really are trying to utilize his legs and his mobility, which you have to scheme things up a little bit different. You have to change the play calling a little bit more. And when you're already in season, we're almost a quarter way through the season now, there's just no point in making such a big leap with your type of quarterback. I mean, Cam Newton didn't even want to back up Mac Jones. It's hard to believe that the Patriots would bring him in, have him compete with Brian Hoyer or Bailey Zappi for that role while we're in the middle of the season. And I just can't imagine Cam Newton being willing to potentially back up, one, a rookie quarterback, or two, Brian Hoyer. I also think that people are still a little bit stuck on what Cam Newton used to be versus the reality of what he is today. He's not the former league MVP. He's not what he was back in, 2015? He does not bring the same element that he does when he's rushing the ball, and obviously there's a lot of issues he has with passing the ball. Where he is with passing the ball is far, far behind, day and night, honestly, between where he is and where Mac Jones is, and where this Patriots offense and their passing game is already having its struggles. Do you really want to add another struggle to that element. I think the Patriots already have a good run game with Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. It's just something they need to utilize more, and something I fully expect them to utilize more now that Mac Jones is going to be out. Again, I don't expect the Patriots in any way, shape, or form to look out of the house to bring in a quarterback. I don't expect them to make a trade and give up any capital. I don't expect them to look at the free agency pool because there really isn't much there either. Your best option really is Brian Hoyer or Bailey Zappi at this point. Now, hey, let's say Brian Hoyer wasn't here and you had Bailey Zappi being the backup, then I'd be saying all for bringing in a veteran quarterback. But because we already have a veteran quarterback who is honestly the best possible fit that you could get at this point outside of Tom Brady, I just don't see why Bill Belichick would choose to go another way. And I think a lot of Patriots fans are going to go and they're going to look at that 2020 game when Brian Hoyer stepped in for Cam Newton while he was out with the pandemic and had to start against the Chiefs. And they're going to say, well, he got benched for Jarrett Stidham. What's the difference at this point? And I truly do believe that Brian Hoyer, from where he was at that point to this point, has actually made good strides to being a better and more consistent quarterback. What we've seen throughout camp since then, what we've seen through him playing in the preseason since then, has been a lot better than what we saw in 2020. Not to mention the fact that this team's offense, its weapons, they're a lot better than they were then. There was actually a point in garbage time just last year where Brian Hoyer played a little bit and he actually looked really good. I think one of the big things is that you just have to get players into space. Don't expect Brian Hoyer to be launching the ball down the field to Devontae Parker like Mac Jones has been. Rely on the run game. Get Kendrick Bourne and Jonnu Smith into space, get yards after the contact, yards after the catch, That's how you're going to be successful. 100%, I don't think the Patriots need to go out of house and add a different element to quarterback in order to get this thing at least average until Mac Jones comes back. And even if you want to look at his statistics, him being Cam Newton, from 2021 when he went back to Carolina, he started in 5 games, appeared in 8. He had a team record when he was starting at quarterback through those 5 games of 0-5. He did not win a single game when he was a starter with Carolina last year. He threw 126 pass attempts, only 69 completions. He had a completion percentage of 54.8, 684 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a touchdown percentage of 3%, an interception rate of 4%, and had 47 rush attempts for 230 yards and 5 touchdowns, averaging 4.9 yards per attempt. Those numbers are not prime Cam Newton. Those numbers are not what Cam Newton used to be, which I think is what a lot of Patriots fans are expecting Cam Newton to be if he comes back, and it's just not going to be that. But what are your guys' thoughts on this situation? Are you okay with Brian Hoyer? Would you start Bailey Zappi, and would you bring back Cam Newton, or is there another quarterback you'd rather have? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. Like always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and go Pats.